Before the war had a name, before the letters arrived, this village was just a place where mornings were slow and evenings were warm. The bells rang every sunrise. Children ran barefoot through the square. Lanterns glowed softly at night while families shared quiet dinners and familiar laughter. In a small home near the edge of the village lived a young man and his wife. They were not rich. They were not powerful. But they were happy. Every morning, he tied his boots while she braided her hair. Every night, he returned before dark, just like he promised. And she believed him, because love had never given her a reason not to. Then one morning, the bells rang again. But this time, they did not sound gentle. They were louder, heavier, as if the metal itself was afraid. People stepped out of their homes, confused. The square filled with whispers. And at the center stood officers in dark uniforms, holding papers that trembled slightly in their hands. A war had begun somewhere far away. But far away has a way of arriving without warning. Names were called, one by one. Strong voices echoing through the square, turning into silence when each name landed. When his name was spoken, the world seemed to pause. He did not move at first. He only felt her hand tighten around his. She did not cry. Not yet. She only looked at him, searching his face for a promise he hadn't said out loud. That night, their home felt smaller. He packed slowly, folding clothes that suddenly felt meaningless. She watched from the doorway, memorizing the way his shoulders moved, the sound of his breath, the exact shape of him standing there. "I'll come back," he said quietly. She nodded. Not because she was sure, but because hope was the only thing she had left. At dawn, the village gathered again. Rows of men stood with bags over their shoulders, eyes fixed forward, hearts pulling backward. Wives held hands too tightly. Children clung to legs that would soon walk away. She stepped forward and placed something in his palm, a small ribbon from her hair. "So you don't forget me," she whispered. He closed his fingers around it like it was something alive. As the soldiers marched away, the village watched until the road swallowed them whole. Days passed, then weeks. The village grew quieter. Lanterns were lit earlier now, as if darkness arrived faster than before. Every knock on the door made hearts race. Every letter was opened with shaking hands. She waited. She sat by the window every evening, ribbonless hair catching the lantern light. She spoke to him in her thoughts. She imagined his footsteps returning down the road. Some wives received letters. Some received uniforms folded too neatly. She received nothing. Until one evening, a single letter arrived. Her hand shook as she opened it. But the words were not written by him. They said he was gone. That he had fallen somewhere she would never see. That his bravery would be remembered. The paper slipped from her hands. For a long time, she did not move. That night, she lit a lantern and placed it by the window. One lantern became two, then three. Every night, she lit them, not to guide him home, but to tell the darkness that love still lived here. Other homes began to do the same. The village changed. It became a place of quiet strength, of shared grief, of lights glowing against the night. Years later, when children asked why the lanterns never went out, the elders would say because love does not disappear when people do. And somewhere, whether in memory or in the way the light flickered, he was still coming home.